decimals, and under decimals, we are talking about decimals and number lines. Why is it that when you measure with inches, we don't use decimals usually? If you took out your little ruler that had the inches on it, why do you not give me the answer in decimal form? Why is it 7 3/8 of an inch? Why don't you tell me it is, 3/8 of an inch, 0.375? Why don't you do that? Faith? That's exactly it. Faith hit it right on. You cannot, the only way you can use decimals with number lines is if it has to be cut into tens. Or there has to be, when you're doing a number line and you're working with the decimal, okay, between 0 and 1, it has to be, not that you couldn't convert it into decimals, but it has to be cut into 10 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. As long as it's cut into tenths, or 10 equal pieces, you can use decimals. But if it was only cut into fifths, it doesn't work that way. So for example, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, if I'm asking you to give me this point right here that falls on that spot right there, it is 1.1234. Okay, that is all well and good. You can do that. But if your line is only cut into, let's say, from 0 to 1 is only cut into like 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This point right there, you can't, that point is not point, whatever it is, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't say that's 0.5. You can't just say, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, 5, because it's not. That fraction there is 5/6, and the actual decimal equivalent of 5/6 is a goofy number. It's like 0.83 something, something, something. So the thing to get in your head is you're only allowed to use decimals if something is cut into tenths. Then it's really easy, and that's why the metric system is easy. You don't have to think about halves, eighths, quarters, fractions, whatever. And that's why in the metric system you will only give your answer in decimal form. You will not tell me that this is 1 4/10, even though it is, or 1 2/5, even though it is, because we have decimals. We use decimals when we're given the chance to use decimals. With that being said, look at page 261, please. You should smile every time you see a line cut into 10 equal pieces. If you're looking at the practice there, it says to which number is each arrow pointing. The first thing you would have to do is count and make sure that the line is cut into tenths. Is it cut into tenths? Are there 10 spaces between each one?
No.
Oh, there is not? What is it? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
If I count the spaces between 0 and 1, do not count the hash marks, because if you count the hash marks, you might count wrong. When you count hash marks, you might do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Can't do that. You got to count the actual spaces between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you got to count the spaces. So letter A is pointing to what, Brant? Well, you give me the decimal. I want a fraction. I want to make sure just say 0.1, which is 1/10. But I need to know you're thinking 0.1, not 1 over 10 as a fraction. Letter B, Amelia Goss is pointing to 0.5. Letter C is pointing to Carter Westfall. 0.9. Letter D, Carter A.
1 2.
1.2. Yeah, you need to know that you're not thinking fractions. Letter E, Carolyn. 1.6. And letter F, Wade Davis.
1.8.
1.8. And then turn to page 263. It says for problem 25, what decimal number corresponds to point A on this number line? which one corresponds to point A on that number line? Jacob, what?
5.3.
5.3. Again, make sure you're counting the spaces. If you got 5.4, you can't do it like that. You can't count the hash marks, you have to count the spaces. And then Brant's gonna ask, how in the world do you do problem number 26? Anybody got any of the multiply and divide things? Parker?
So you multiply all the numbers on top, and then you multiply the numbers on
Which you should be able to do, by the way. For 26, obviously the first thing you do on your paper is write the problem down, which is 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 7. 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. And on the bottom was just what?
2 times 2.
So Parker's saying you do what, Parker?
Multiply the numbers on the top, and then
What's the quickest way to multiply the numbers on top together? 2 times 5 is,
then
3 times 7 is,
21.
21 times 10 is
21.
210.
21.
On the bottom, 2 times 5 is
10.
10. And Brant, what do you suppose you do at this point?
Divide.
And what is 210 divided by 10? They both end with zeros, you can cross those ending zeros out. What's 21 divided by 1? Smoky waters of disillusionment cleared up. Alright, we'll stop.